Okay, hello grade 11s, let's go for it. I'm so excited. Aren't you excited? We've got some more questions and examples to do. And some more story time. Let's get rid of our calculator from last time.
Last time. Okay, well, that was something, right? So, Bob sees an advert in the newspaper for a TV offered on hire purchase. Hire purchase? What type of interest are we thinking? Well, we're thinking simple interest. Now, at the moment, all we know about is simple interest, so it seems like a silly question, but we're thinking simple interest because it's hire purchase. The advert reads, pay only $3.98 per month for 24 months. And the cash price for the TV is 6,300 Rand. Okay, well, that seems like a pretty good deal, right? You're spending less than 400 Rand. See, less than 400, 398. And for 24 months, you're getting this cool TV here. Okay, so first question. Calculate how much interest is paid over the 2 years. Ideas on how you're going to work this out. Okay, well, you might have maybe a slightly different strategy to what I'm about to do, or perhaps you've just explained it in a different way. But my kind of thinking for this is to go, well, you're spending 398 Rand over 24 months. Okay, so that's how much you're spending altogether. And it says how much interest is paid, well, minus what the TV would have cost new. So in other words, that's the extra amount you're paying. So you're going to spend, and I'm just going to work this out bit by bit. I'm getting there. 398 times 24. So in other words, you're going to spend 9,552 Rand, but the TV would have cost 6,300 Rand. So the interest that you've spent is 3,252. 3,252. So that's how much kind of extra you've had to spend. Okay, part B, part 2. I don't know, what are we in part B? Determine the simple interest rate per annum. Okay, so I'm going to kick you off here and just go, we only know one formula so far. 1A equals P1 plus IN. Or I've written IN or NI. It doesn't really matter. Maybe I'll be consistent here and say plus NI. Of course, if you're multiplying, order doesn't matter. Okay, so again, quick jot down very briefly. What's your strategy? Okay, and perhaps, when I ask for that strategy, it's just kind of throw down an idea. What do you think maybe you can try? Because these are all new, but at least we're just trying to take that moment to pause to go, I wonder what we could try. And hey, maybe you're getting close to an idea or something. So kind of a strategy that I think was, well, our accumulated amount is how much it grows to. So now this maybe feels interesting because this 6,300, it's not that we're dealing with this 3,252. It's almost like we've invested this 6,300 Rand at some sort of interest rate. We don't know what that interest rate is for 2 years. So for 2 years, 6,300 Rand is what the TV cost at the beginning. And it ended up costing 398 times 24. So it's like the TV accumulated to 9,552. Maybe just take a pause and think about that. The TV was worth 6,300 Rand. That's how much it cost new. But kind of over 2 years, it costs 9,552 Rand. So that's going to help us work out what that interest is. And now we can just work through our equation to find out what I is. So go for it, try and solve I, just jot down how you did on solving I, and then I'm going to kind of take us through it, and I'm going to do this one very much step by step, just so you've got it for solving this. So go for it. It's too much. Okay, so here's my strategy. I would first want to divide by 6,300 so that cancels, so that I'm just left with 1 plus 2i. Okay, so what I do to one side, I do to the other. Divided by 6,300, and I get something. 1,51, and I'm going to put ... because I don't want to round off yet. Okay, then we want to subtract this 1 from each side. So we've just got 2i. So that's going to be 0,51 blah, blah, blah. So in our calculator, minus 1 equals. So there it's sitting so far. Then we want just I, so let's divide both sides by 2. And I equals, we've gone all the way to the end. No, back we go. Back we go, back we go. Okay, so let's do this. So we're going to go divide by 2. Notice I haven't gotten rid of anything on the calculator. And I've got 0,25, what do we have? 8, blah, 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 blah. Now, that's I, but not as a percentage. So I as a percentage, I'm going to say is approximately equal to that times 100 gives me 25,81. 25,81%. So there's our percentage, which is fairly high. Okay, so let's head into our last story. I think it's our last story. It is our last story. Naomi's buying furniture. Here we go. This is going to be fun, right? So our furniture over here. Naomi's buying furniture. She pays 20% in cash and the balance through a hire purchase loan. Hire purchase loan makes us think simple interest already. Okay. And she also has to pay 3% per annum on the full purchase price for the insurance purposes, which is added to her monthly repayments. So what I do with this question, so that you don't have another long video, I'm going to work you through maybe some bits of how to solve this, and then you can pop back into the class call if you want further help on how to solve it. So you should still have time at the end of the lesson to do this, so you can pop back in with any questions. I'm not going to go through in detail every bit here. So there's furniture that costs 58,000 Rand, and she pays 20% in cash. So we're going to kind of come to these questions, but not focus in on the questions, just think about it kind of logically. So she's already spent 20% in cash. So if it was 58,000 Rand, how would you work out how much she's paid initially? Okay, well, maybe just as a hint, maybe we've gone times 20%, and that will mean that's how much was paid initially. So, how much she still has to pay. Well, maybe we would go 58,000 Rand minus that amount, or times 80%, because, she still has to pay 80% because she's already spent 20%. Okay, so maybe you got that, but this is just to keep you thinking a little bit more. Okay, there's a higher purchase loan with an interest rate of 14%. So already we're thinking somewhere that our interest is 14%, and it's over 4 years. So we know N is 4, that I'm writing all these great details behind the calculator. Why didn't you tell me? Okay, I know. She also has to pay 3% per annum of the full purchase price for insurances. So my hint to you when you solve this is that the insurance amount you can do separately. So that's going to be a separate calculation to the first calculation here. Determine the total amount that she has to pay over the 4 years. So this is going to take a little bit of involvement to do, right? We already know how much needs to be paid here. 58,000 times 0,8. That's how much money is being borrowed. We know that it's going to be 14% per annum over 4 years. Okay, so you already know that A equals P1 plus NI. So you can use that to see how much she has to pay back, and therefore how much she has to pay monthly or in total. So this is going to give us the total. Then you can work out the insurance. Now for the insurance, that is 3% of the full purchase price. So 3% of the full purchase price, because she's insuring the full thing. Okay, so you're going to need to add that together. That's going to give you A. And then for B, obviously you're going to take that and say, well, over 4 years, how many months is 4 years? Okay, well, you got an idea. And therefore you can work out how much is going to have to be paid every month. So there, as I said, that's kind of an idea to get you going, because you can pop back in for questions because there's still time. So grapple with that, give it your best go, and then you can come back in. And you know what you need to do, right? Okay, maths, just make it maths. Come on.